Hey guys, Hardcore Hector here, and did you know that Mewtwo actually has a birthday? And it's today, February 6th. This was actually shown in the original Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow video games, and I assume Green, but you know, I never played Green because it was all in Japanese. But when you're in the Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island and you're looking in the diaries, it says that they captured Mew, and then Mew gave birth on February 6th. And then I believe they genetically modified it, and then it became Mewtwo and everything like that. So that's, you know, some people may know that, the super hardcore Pokemon fans, but other people might not know it, especially those who have gotten into Pokemon recently or in recent generations and years. And there's just been a bunch of twists and turns in the whole Pokemon lore, because also in those diaries they say they found Mew in like South America, if memory serves, and that was like the only time they ever really talked about other areas outside the Pokemon world. And that was also the first time they actually talked about, you know, birth of Pokemon and stuff, because in the first generation you weren't able to breed. In the second generation you were able to breed, but it was also the very first time they really even mentioned it, because they were saying, I believe they're like, oh, we don't know where Pokemon come from, and then you show them an egg and they're like, oh my god, what's this? It's an amazing discovery. And then also there's a breeding center, you know, just on one of the routes or whatever. So I thought that was kind of weird how they're just seem to be like kind of okay with the whole breeding on that one route at the daycare, but then that was also the first time like Professor Oak ever saw an egg, and I believe Professor Birch too, I don't know. So they kind of mentioned Pokemon breeding and birth and stuff in the first generation with Mew and Mewtwo, but they didn't really get into it into the second generation. But then by the third generation it was just all like, oh, there's not really new Pokemon, it's Pokemon selected in certain regions, like certain region specific Pokemon, and then everybody knows about breeding, and so the whole lore does get a little bit mixed up. And also, you know, because the video game was the very first start of Pokemon, and then it became an anime and manga, or maybe a manga and then an anime, I don't know which came second. But I did read the manga, and of course I've seen the anime, and I like the manga a bit better in some aspects, because it was really cool how Red was saying he's gonna go after and catch all the Pokemon, and I think they also mentioned it in Pokemon Origins, not just in the manga. And they were saying, oh, there's only like 149 Pokemon. Everybody knows there's only 149 Pokemon. I believe they only said that, and then he came across Mewtwo, and they're like, oh my god, this is a new Pokemon. And then they're like, oh, but then since there's Mewtwo, there's Mew, because I read this in the Cinnabar Mansion thingy that this was just the kid of Mew and stuff like that, you know? So there's just a whole bunch of weird stuff in the whole history of Pokemon, and I just thought I kind of mentioned it with this video since it's February 6th and today is Mewtwo's birthday. I don't know if they would still say it's Mewtwo's birthday in the later generations, because they have kind of changed stuff as time went on. But I did also want to mention other stuff in later videos explaining all this crazy lore and this crazy timelines and everything like that, and how things differ from generation to generation. So if you want to see that, definitely subscribe, because more is going to be coming in the future.